ASTROWORLD by Travis Scott. Travis Scott dropped his album Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight in 2016 and a collaborative album with Quavo in 2017. In the meantime, he's been working on this album and has had a baby. ASTROWORLD is Travis Scott's third solo album. How do we feel about it?
ASTROWORLD.
Yeah.
By Travis Scott. You've been looking forward to this, haven't you?
Not really. And I'll say that with all the respect, but I haven't. But yeah.
How do you feel about these album covers?
I think they're pretty interesting. You know, I kind of get the.
Do you,
I don't know
do you
about
have a favorite?
I like the kid one more, just because the colors and everything. I feel like the second cover was a little bit too dark. I know it's supposed to be like a day and night kind of thing, but I just favor the daytime one rather than the nighttime one.
I like the contrast of day and night, just because when you go to a carnival in the daytime, it usually is a lot of kids and parents, and then you go at nighttime, that's when the teens and all the people trying to holler at the girls show up. So I thought the covers actually, showed that off pretty well.
I don't know about you, but did you get the whole I forget what the creature was called or the thing, but the whole Aladdin thing? Remember Aladdin?
The Cave of Wonders.
Yeah, there you go. I kind of got that vibe from it.
I mean, I can see 100% what you're talking about. It's a big ass gold head with yellow light shining out of his mouth. But this album was not a whole new world. All right, man. Flow of the album, man. How did you feel about the flow of this project?
Yo, man, it's from about, I want to say 1 to 8. I love the flow. I thought it was consistent. I thought it transitioned really well. It wasn't until after, from 9 to 17 where I feel like it had some kind of hiccups through. But the sound did stay consistent. It kind of, I really like the production. That's one thing about this. So the production kind of kept the flow going. It just kind of felt like a tale of two halves.
Yeah, as far as me, as far as the flow of the project, man, I felt like it flowed perfectly 1 through 13. Okay. And then 14, 15, and 16, I felt like the flow of those was completely off, as far as like they didn't, in my opinion, fit with the rest of the album. Mm-hmm. But other than that, everything else flowed. Coffee Beans flowed pretty nicely and everything like that. So that was pretty dope. Highlights, man. Highlights for me. Stargazing started out the joint. The drums on Stargazing was so hard. Yeah. I was just like, oh my God, I fucking love this drum progression that they use, man. And then he came in, he was doing his rap and singing thing. And I don't really give a fuck about what he's talking about. But
I'm glad you said that, because I feel the same way.
But I can actually tell you, like, the shit actually sounds really good.
Yeah.
Sicko Mode came in with the blue balls. They hit you with the music blue balls, where they had Drake come in sounding amazing on the beat, and then they pulled the beat from you right from under your legs.
Stole it right from us.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where my interest in that song kind of dissipated. Even though it got better towards the end, it couldn't bring me back in. But the main thing I do want to point out is I want to say songs number 5 all the way to number 12. I felt like that transition of songs right there was a really good transition of songs. I felt like that transition of songs could have been the album, with Coffee Beans and Stargazing starting and ending the project. So you go from 1, 5 to 12 to 17, and that could have been the project. And this joint would have been amazing to me. Yeah, man.
Highlights for me would have to be Stop Trying to Be God. I don't know what it is about that,
Stevie Wonder on the damn harmonica.
And then Kid Cudi coming to them.
Nah, you can take Kid Cudi. Because Travis did some humming on there too, and it didn't sound
bad.
But
I liked it. It was really, really coherent, and I love how it sounded. No Bystanders, I really like the beat. I think that beat go really hard. And
you didn't like Juice WRLD?
Huh? But he was on No Bystanders. Yeah.
I'm just saying, you ain't like, you said.
I just complimented the beat.
Yeah,
everything, the energy was cool. And then Skeletons and Wake Up, I like how they transition, because they kind of sound like one song, not just because Weeknd is on both of them, but they kind of just translate to each other very well. And I could say that Coffee Bean kind of gave me another side, I guess you would say, of Travis Scott, because I'm not too used to hearing him get so personal, because but yeah.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to point out on that nice slew of songs is some of the guest appearances that popped up.
Yeah.
Because, like, Rest in Peace to Screw, I did like what Sway Lee did to the song.
That was
just
dope.
Didn't like, the song as a whole. Stop Trying to Be God, James Blake killed it on his section. Mm-hmm. And having Stevie Wonder singing little Kid Cudi, hums and stuff, that was he kind of threw me off. Pharrell's part with The Weeknd on Skeletons was actually dope.
Yeah.
The Weeknd did his thing. Gunna on Yosemite.
Yeah.
I like what him and Gunna did back and forth. Y'all can take Nav off of every fucking thing ever created. And then I do want to point out on Can't Wait, Don Toliver or Tolliver, whatever his name is. I really like the sound of his voice.
Yeah, it's different.
Like, it sounded really dope, and it sounded better with him singing that hook than it did if Travis Scott would have sung it.
Yeah.
And he's from Houston as well.
Yep.
So I thought that was pretty dope. I just wanted to point that out in part of my highlights too.
Gotcha.
Lowlights, man. On this joint, my lowlights are Carousel.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't like it?
I didn't like that song. That's what number 2 is called, right?
Yeah, with Frank Ocean.
Yeah, number 2 with Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean did his thing, but I just wasn't like the beat. And Hit Boy is usually really good for making really dope production, but I just didn't feel the beat on this. Rest in peace, Screw. Like I said, I liked what
what they did with it and everything.
What Sway Lee did with it, but I didn't really like the song as a whole.
Okay.
I'm over DJ Screw and all acknowledgement of him. Not saying that nobody should acknowledge him. I'm just saying, like,
probably just didn't fit the place of the album.
Well, I'm just saying it's just annoying that everybody wants to do it every project. It's like rest in peace Screw. Anytime they want to mention Lean and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's just kind of annoying to me. And then the song with the Migos, Who What? Like, yeah. I really wasn't feeling that at all. I was actually pretty shocked. The best part of the song was the ad-libs. And Butterfly Effect, and then Houston Fornication. Yeah, that was definitely my least favorite song on the project.
Yeah, I could feel like 5% Tint and NC-17. I really wasn't feeling those. Like that kind of after Wake Up, it kind of broke.
But that 5% Temp when he rapping on the Goody Mob,
it was straight.
That shit is hard.
It was straight, but it just kind of took me out the loop, and then hit me with 21 right after that.
21 did his thing. I ain't even gonna front. Man. I'm not a 21 fan, but 21 did his thing.
I wasn't feeling it. And then
21.
Who What, Butterfly Effect, and Houston Fornication, those could have been left off. You know, he could have trimmed this down to about 14 tracks. So yeah.
I mean, I agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. What's your final thoughts, man?
Yo, I feel like, I wasn't expecting anything like, great. I'm not the biggest Travis Scott fan, but I was pretty pleased because the production was really, really dope throughout. It kept me into it. Like you mentioned earlier, I really don't care about what Travis Scott raps about or sings about, but it sounds good. It's just like, when I took the time to actually listen to what he was saying, and it's just like, okay, that's all right. It really wasn't nothing amazing.
Nah, but like he had some dope lines that Saha had wrote though, and he was just talking about I take all the girls I've been with and put them in a group, and like those lines was
he has some cool things. But other than that, what I'm more gravitated to is just the sound. This album sounds really amazing, and you can literally play it all the way through. I mean, you can skip some tracks, but you'll be pleased with most of his songs on here.
Yeah, sonically, Travis Scott has a pretty unique sound in a way. I mean, it's like I want to say in a way because it's like it was fully unique until Kanye West kind of jacked it and started running with it after Yeezus or around Yeezus when he started working with Travis Scott. Yeah. So he kind of like jacked his style and made it his. So now it always seems like Travis Scott is copying him when he's not, because it's really his style. Right. And the other thing I want to say is like I'm not a huge fan of Travis Scott by himself at all. Like he's usually dope when he's working with other artists. You know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion, and I will argue with any of you motherfuckers about that. But yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like Coffee Bean was a good way for him to, like, I felt like it showcased a different style for him, because he normally has that one song on each project at least where he kind of gets serious and raps about some real shit. And I'm not saying he's not rapping about real shit to him, because he's talking about depression and dealing with celebrity and cheating on his girlfriend and shit throughout the project. So he's talking about stuff, but it's like I just don't care, just the way he's choosing to sing it and the cadences he's choosing to use. Right. It just sounds good. I just don't care what the words actually are. Exactly. And I feel like that's part of how his fans really feel. They just don't want to actually say that. Yeah. But final grade, man. I get this joint a check. I definitely think you should check this out. I had definitely more highlights and lowlights on this project. Travis Scott, he does have something that's worth checking out. Like he's grown on me over the years. Yeah. Cause man, I don't know what it is, man. He's got something. and he definitely knows how to produce. He definitely knows how to make hit records for other artists.
Yeah.
But when it comes to his music, I don't always think the hits are top of the line. But on this joint, he's got some joints on here, man. I mean, but the best joints are him featuring somebody, and then Coffee Bean, where he is by himself in 1985, handled the beat, and that joint turned out really good. So everybody should probably check this out. You'll find something on this project for you, whether you like them or not.
I definitely agree. Check it out, because he just has an ear for how to come in at the right time on a beat, how to sing right, and it's just always captivating. You go rock to it, you go bob to it. It's really enjoyable. So check it out.